Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Greetings, beloved family. We are so joyful. Yes, celebrate, dance, sing, laugh. Bubble over with it. Stay in the high vibrations because that is where, first of all, you want to be if you are committed, which you all are, to your ascension paths. And secondly, it is a place where you meet us, and then we work together to bring about what some might want to call miracles, but this is your birthright, your destiny, that which was ordained eons ago. You made a promise to yourselves. You said, "We'll be back for the big event." This is the biggest event ever on planet Earth. And it is happening. Now, everyone is in a different state in some respects. You all have your own paths, and yet we're all together on the big path up and out of 3D for good, unless, of course, if you want to stay in 3D. But we don't see anyone here with that particular course in mind. Now, you know that many of you come up to my ship and we converse. We talk about what there is to do for you, and, of course, you can see how busy we are. We've come here at other times, let's just say, and we began this preparation intensively really at about the end of what you call your World War II. We can see the direction that, well, we'll just call them the naughties. I like to call them the naughties or the dark hats, whichever you prefer, we're taking you into. A lot of you weren't even on the planet right then, but you did come. And you know there have been eras and eras and eras of various primary focus, let's say. You know, there were the hippies, the love children. They're still alive and well today, many of them. They have a love energy. They came in for that purpose. They served that purpose, and some of them still are. And then, of course, we had the ones who were learning and discovering themselves, discovering many things along the way, teachers, students, and so on, meditators, masters, and their numbers are growing exponentially as you are joining them. Now, you may not be into full-time teaching of love and all that it means. But you are teaching it, both consciously and unconsciously. So a piece of advice to you is, when you go for your sleep time or go into your meditations, bring that peace, that joy, that love into yourselves. High vibes, in other words, because that is a way of increasing it even more. And then it is always appropriate to ask that these waves of love, energy waves, whatever you want to call them, continue to flow in with ease and grace into your beings, and, of course, flow out of you as a way of helping the rest of the world to come to that same place that you're occupying. There is so much going on. We have said many times it's like dominoes falling. The dominoes are in a sequential order, with many opportunities for slight, let's say, corrections, in the sense that something might get changed and, therefore, the dominoes immediately ahead of that one might be branched off and then return, and so on and so on. Never mind the picture, you get what I'm saying. We always have to be many steps ahead in order to look at potentials and what might occur. We have shut down many efforts to create even more chaos, even more destruction, and we will continue to do so. Armageddon never was really a reality unless you managed somehow, and when I say you, I'm speaking of humanity's collective, to initiate a World War III and blow up the whole Earth. You changed that. You said, no, we're not going to do that this time, and we're going to take the high road. And so we have been here in support of your commitment, your dedication, and your expressions to help the planet to get on that high road and keep going higher. So there is no room whatsoever for nukes or nuclear war of any kind. You may have heard something to the effect that as the money runs out, the mercenaries run someplace else. They're running out of places to run to, where their services can be paid for. Now this creates some challenges for them because they are programmed. In some cases they are really what you might call robo-soldiers coming from out of the space programs that almost nobody is telling you about, except that Dr. Greer will be. We highly recommend that program. Asterisk, this is true to a certain extent, but at a certain point it all ends. The guns won't fire. The nukes will be no more. The nuclear plants will be dismantled. Nobody can bomb them and blow one up to cause havoc in the world, like Fukushima. The weather control capabilities are diminishing even as we speak. Now you are headed in higher dimensionality into a temperate climate, almost everywhere in the world. Right now it appears as though there is chaos in the climate, the environment. And that is true, to a certain extent, but it is that more and more of you are stepping up, signing petitions, looking into Dr. Keshi's inventions, inspirations, high-dimensional technologies, and in so doing you will help to clean up planet Earth. And, make no bones about it, we have the technologies to do it all, but we can't for the same reason that we can't just come in with our ships, deployed all over the world, and say, okay. That's it. Peace is now. That is a beautiful vision, and we encourage you to envision that if you so desire to create a miracle of peace on earth, however you choose to envision it. The reality of it is that we can't do it by ourselves, we have to have your partnership. And what has been happening, and I am so ecstatically happy to report this, is that more and more people are stepping up and joining in. You heard the Master speak of someone who literally saw the light, or, more accurately, he saw a ship. Well, this is happening more and more. And so, let us say that the knowing of truth, the real reality of higher dimensional truth, is becoming more and more widespread. Whatever you can do to help, we highly encourage. Sign those petitions. Do your meditations of support, and anything that you can do beyond that is greatly appreciated because, after all, we're in this together. We have joined you in this. And while it's true that we are higher dimensional beings and don't necessarily have to live in the, let's say, the smog and the smoke and all of that, nevertheless, we are aware of it. And we are with you in our loving energies every step of the way. And so we understand what there is to do. And because you are in understanding of it also, that gives us more ability to come in, because we have your participation in our partnership. It's a way of saying, okay, this, and this, and this need to be corrected. Please help us. Let's get together on this. Let's all do whatever we can do. And this, beloved ones, is how it's getting done. Now I would like to mention one specific item which is very, very much coming to all of planet Earth, not just to the United States of America. But this is where it has originated in its, shall we say, written form. And that, of course, is the Nizara law. It is a law. It has been passed, but it has not been announced yet because, guess who will say the dark hats have delayed and tricked and done everything they could to keep it from being announced, because if the people find out about it, well, I can give you a quote. It may not be the exact words, but this is from Shrub Senior himself, who said, if the people only knew what we have been doing, there would be a lynch mobs on every corner, something to that effect. And, of course, we're not lynching anybody. But, the point of it is, the people have been in the dark. Nizara is the great light of the law that will benefit every living being on planet Earth. And so it is important to get it announced. There have been tries and attempts before, you know, the most famous one was 9/11, but there have been other attempts. Now, there is a real opportunity for its announcement. Oh, yes, we have a little bit more to do in the way of, what you might call, the background preparations, a few more dominoes to fall, and so on. But you can help. We're going to talk about it more tonight. I should say that Saint Germain and Sekhmet will be talking about it, but I, Ashtar, will encourage you to go to my website and sign that petition if you have not, and then send it to everybody that you can think of. Do not exclude websites. If you are a subscriber or a regular visitor to websites or newsletters, particularly of the high vibrational kind, send them the link to the petition, and you can also send them the link to the information that is on my website, because you know that some people have heard about it, some have not. There are those who will not acknowledge you. They're Congress people, Hollywood personalities, Faction 3 people, particularly because there is something that the bushes put in there which says that if somebody talks about it publicly, anyone who signed their non-disclosure form, then they would have some dire consequences. But most of you have not signed that non-disclosure form. And this is the time to get that word out there and let people know about it, because there is an openness that there has never before been on planet Earth. Read the points of it and see that it has solves all the problems that all the politicians and everybody else are talking about, the challenges, the chaos, everything that is happening on planet Earth. Bernie Sanders knows about it, and he's talking about wanting to solve all of the problems that it addresses and more. So take a look if you haven't looked at it lately, or if you've never seen it. If it resonates with you, sign that petition and then go from there to publicize it in any way that you can think of. We are proud to say that it is a member of our very own Ashtar on the Road family who initiated this petition on moveon.org. It now has over 1,000 signatures. Well, let's go for 10,000 or 100,000 or whatever, the sky's the limit. Let's get it out there. Let's let the world know that we know, and that we know that this is perfectly in alignment with absolutely high-dimensional solutions to all the problems that are currently challenging in the third dimension. The sooner Nizara is announced, the sooner people will be free. And then they will get on the path if they aren't already, because they will no longer have all the restrictions and the programs that they are trying to survive with at the present moment, in your time as you measure time. We can see it all and we can tell you it is so grand and so beautiful, so uplifting, so high vibrational, high dimensional. Well, that's it. That is the way to higher dimensional lifestyle on planet Earth. It will bring peace. It will bring joy, it will bring abundance for all, and, above all else, it will bring even more love. Because so many more people will be opening their hearts. They will not feel that they have to protect themselves anymore, and they will have the energy and what you might call the leisure time, and they will enjoy the freedom to simply love one another and be in the oneness of the community of high-dimensional planet Earth. So thank you so much, beloved family of Ashtar on the Road. We are so delighted that you have joined us, and we just say once again how much we love you and how much we honor you for being in this gathering of oneness with us. And so it is. Salat.